Hello everyone and welcome back to another round of Tuesday Night Legacy, where we showcase Magic's most powerful formats. My name is Eugene and I'll be your commentator for this, round 2 from a Pauper tournament on May 13th. This match is Boros Bully versus Mardu Pestilence, Boros Bully being piloted by myself. This deck is all about getting value creatures into play like Thraben Inspector, Seeker of the Way, and Squadron Hawk, and then using a bunch of flashback spells like Faithless Looting and Battle Screech to get a ton of value on the battlefield, and then being able to crash in with Rally the Peasants, giving all of your little 1/1s +2/+0 or +4/+0 and ending the game out of nowhere. It also has a little bit of control with a Braids and Lightning Bolts and Journey to Nowhere to deal with bigger creatures that 3 damage can't deal with. And then on the right, we have Kyle piloting the Mardu Pestilence deck. This is actually a control deck at heart, trying to use the card Pestilence to be able to deal with any creatures that are in play, being able to pay 1 at any time to deal 1 damage to each creature and each player. He offsets the life loss with Pristine Talismans and tries to gain a ton of advantage with the Ichor Wellspring Deadly Dispute combo, being able to draw a ton of cards. It also has Experimental Synthesizer to be able to generate a ton of advantage, and the only creature it actually runs is Guardian of the Guild Pact, which is going to have protection from Pestilence, so he never has to worry about having to sacrifice Pestilence due to no creatures in play. So we have a low-to-the-ground aggro deck versus a mid-range control deck. Let's get it started. I think Kyle is deciding what cards he wants to get back. He had to start on a 5, unfortunately, so he's a little bit behind that way. Starting the game here, I put down the Bounce Lands, the Boros Garrison, not having any earlier plays. Ichor Wellspring comes down on Kyle's side, being able to draw a card. There we go. And we're seeing a Squadron Hawk from myself, putting a bunch of Squadron Hawks in hand. Had to think about it for a second. Don't want to put too many Hawks in hand, having to discard down to hand size, although I did pay 3 here. The play is going to pay 2 white into a Squadron Hawk, and then have that red left over for a Faithless Looting. Squadron Hawk being very useful. You can actually just pitch them to the Faithless Looting if you have a lot of cards that are better than 1/1 flyers for 2. We see 1 Hawk go to the bin and a Battle Screech also. This card being pretty useful in the bin, as you can tap 3 creatures and gain a couple more creatures here. See another Battle Screech being cast from hand for 4 mana. It's going to get 2 birds, immediately flash it back, tapping the 2 birds, and the Squadron Hawk is going to get 2 more birds. 5 damage in the air here. We're seeing a Faithless, or a Deadly Dispute from the other side, sacrificing the Ichor Wellspring, getting to draw 2 cards from the Deadly Dispute, draw a card from the Wellspring, and then also get a treasure. A pretty good deal overall. 4 mana is going to see the Guardian of the Guild Pact getting into play here. I think there might be a Pestilence in hand, but he wanted to get something down to be able to at least have a creature in play. So I had to really think about this play here, trying to decide. Don't have any mana. Trying to decide how much it's worth it to be able to swing in here, pay 3, and fire off the Rally the Peasants. So this is going to give +2/+0 to all 5 of these birds, being 15 damage coming across the board. So 5 life left. We see an Experimental Synthesizer. Maybe he didn't have the Pestilence in hand. And Kyle decides that he can't do anything else, so he's going to die to combat damage next turn, decides to go to game 2. We're seeing a Castigate out of the sideboard for Kyle, getting to take any card out of the hand. Basically a Thoughtseize for 2 mana. Don't lose any life, though. And it's exiled? Yeah, remove that card from the game. Getting rid of a Prismatic Strands on my side. Prismatic Strands being able to prevent all combat damage from a choice of my choice. A color of my choice. Just seeing a Thraben Inspector come down, a Seeker of the Way, and an Ichor Wellspring on Kyle's side. So a little bit of pressure on my side. A fiery cannonade is going to blow out my board presence, killing both my 2/2 value creature and that Thraben Inspector. Trying to decide what the best play here is. Gonna go for a Plains into Palace Sentinels, making me the Monarch, being able to have that card draw at the end of turn. Haven't seen a ton of creatures from Kyle yet, so feel like this is a safe move here. The Boros Synthesizer coming down for Kyle, getting a little bit of advantage. Had to exile the card, I think. Oh no, it was the land. It came right into play. Seeing a Battle Screech into Battle Screech, getting a bunch more birds down. Another Synthesizer, wanting to cast that Cleansing Wildfire. Unfortunately, he did not have the red mana for it. Using it to get that Synthesizer into play instead. Seeing an opportunity here, Faithless Looting going off, discarding a couple cards, another Faithless Looting and a Lightning Bolt. Have a card out of the sideboard, the Revoke Existence, decide to get rid of Kyle's only red source. And now Kyle is going to pack it up, decided that without that red source, it just wasn't going to happen. And that is the end of Game 2, which is the end of Round 2. Thanks as always for tuning in. If this is your first time to the channel, consider going through our backlog. This is our 100th video uploaded onto the channel. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel to help other people find and enjoy our channel as well. Big thank you to Spellhold Games as always for allowing us to record in their space. And we'll see you next time with another Legacy video. It's going to be Blue-Red Delver versus a 4-color Dax Stryphopile. We'll see you then.